It's time to plant. Welcome back to the channel. I got some bad news. I don't know what that's coming from. That's not good. That means I gotta pop off the whole steering column and everything. That sucks. And I'm assuming it's something with that block, that manifold. Probably the O-rings in there. I don't know. And I don't know if it's these remotes or one of the side ones. I think they were all taken off. Ah, that sucks. It's slowed down now, but I gotta somehow figure out which one that is. And I have a strong feeling it's that one. So yes, it is most certainly that remote for the rear. And it pours out. I'm not gonna lie, when I redid this tractor and redid the hoses under here, I did not anticipate it leaking up here. I thought they were gonna leak at the connections. Luckily, I have enough hose length to go to the front remotes here. So I think I can still manage to use the 460, get it planted. That sucks. So pretty much this entire year, because I don't really have time to tear that all back down. That's a lot. That's the dash, steering, everything. It's probably an O-ring. Something happened with an O-ring. There's dirt where it got tore. So we're just gonna use the side remotes, I guess. That stinks. Luckily, that remote just lifted the planter or the drill, and I didn't see anything. So I think we're ready to pull it out. But wow! Let's fill this thing with some seed. Seed boxes are full. I'm ready to rock and roll. Let's get to plant. I didn't end up planting last night. It was till I got everything prepped and the seed filled, everything greased on the drill, which I did grease it in the fall when we planted wheat, but I just like greasing everything and having maintenance, I guess. So till I did all that, it was already like 6:30. I really didn't feel like getting started and trying to rush and get everything done last night. So fresh new day. It's about 8 a.m. They do want rain, I think tonight at like 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock. Now we only have probably 1, 2, 3 fields pretty much to do. The other 1 acre field, we have to plant our hayseed in. So we're gonna be switching the drill and everything over at that point. But first we're gonna get all of our oat planting done, fertilize, and then we can switch over and get that hayseed in the ground. So I think I'm ready to roll. Everything's pretty much done. Still a huge bummer on the tractor with the hydraulic fluid. I'm not sure what is going on with the manifold up there. I don't think I forgot to put the O-ring in, but it definitely leaks out a lot. So yeah, that's gonna probably be a winter thing, but we'll see. Anyway, we'll get the tractor warming up and get out to the field and start rolling. It doesn't crank very good, that's for sure. This feels really good. Obviously we didn't start putting seed in the ground yet, but this is gonna feel really good using the 460 to finally do it, because last year, corn planting, we still had this thing in the shop and had everything tore apart. So it's not perfect, but I changed some things around with a little bit of timing and adjusted a little bit of stuff with the fuel. I think there might still be some tweaking needing done with the carburetor. However, we're getting there. Well, I think I got the seed rate down. I had to run up home and grab the jump starter. This thing is just starting to run rough now all of a sudden again. I'm not sure why, so might take it back and see if I can change anything. well, she's running, but not not great, but it's running good enough that I'm planting. I'm putting seed in the ground. Drill's working pretty good, it seems. We got about 3 rounds on each side. I want to get probably another end row on both sides, and then we'll just start going back and forth and doing it that way. The dirt is really nice down here, not a lot of trash. Some heavier corn stalks here and there, but nothing that's really causing a problem for the drill. So I'll keep rolling, and it's about 9:40 at the moment, so we'll keep rolling and get everything in the ground before the rain this evening. Nothing like a fresh planted field. This took a little bit longer than I was hoping here, but this field is the biggest, and it's done. And I had just enough seed too. We were pretty much on our last pass and running very low. So I'll go back, fill up with more seed, and I think I'm gonna try and maybe take a half hour and mess with this carburetor a little bit, because it sounds good idling there. As soon as you give it more throttle to, you know, do work and have it under load, it just kind of throws a fit. And I got a bunch of hydraulic fluid leaking now again too, so I got that to deal with. I'm gonna refill the seeder. I switched the hydraulic hoses to this side now, so hopefully that stops the leaking. Cleaned up the oil, took the carburetor all apart, cleaned all that, made some adjustments, and I gotta try it yet. I gotta start it and test everything, maybe tweak the carburetor a little bit. I'm not sure if there's something going on with the generator or not, or maybe if we have to repolarize that, I don't know. But regardless, or as long as we ran it, it just, and maybe it's the battery, maybe the battery is junk, because it doesn't even, I should test it and see. It's from 2022, but I gotta jump it pretty much every time, so if we stall it, it is what it is. But I take a jump pack with, just let it run on the back here. But yeah, there's definitely some things that the 460 is gonna need some, it's gonna need some attention, which really sucks, because we had that in the shop and completely gone over stuff. As far as the hydraulic leaking, I have no clue on that. Not any idea, because that had O-rings and all that stuff in there. Everything was cleaned up, so I don't really know what happened there. But hey, it is what it is. That's farming. We're just gonna keep pushing through. And yes, I have access to other tractors, you know, much more modern stuff, but I don't want to do that. I want to run the 460, mainly because I like running the older tractors, number one. Number two, we completely redid the engine and everything, so it would just be really neat to be able to plant with it. And we did. We planted about probably 2 3/4, maybe 3 acre field so far. So we have about a 2 acre field, and then like a 1/4 of an acre field that's left. So we at least got one field done, but we gotta keep moving to get the rest done. I think it's 12 o'clock now. Rain is not scheduled till I think 8 or 9 o'clock tonight, so it got pushed back a little bit further. So I'll keep moving, get that jump pack charged, and in the meantime, I'm gonna refill the seed bins, and then by that time, hopefully the jump pack is charged. Time to roll to the next fields. Made some more tweaks and adjustments with the tractor. I don't know, we'll find out. Yeah, this thing's still not running right. I have no idea at this point. I don't got time. Something so satisfying about the way that looks. And I will say, I am really just limping this thing to get done. Even though I slipped these, there's still something going on up there. It's dripping and leaking. Running into a little bit of trash here occasionally, but nothing crazy. And the longer it goes here with this tractor, the more it doesn't seem like a fuel issue. It almost seems like an ignition issue. Tractor sounds fine when it's just kind of sitting there idling. Anyway, this field's done. This went a lot quicker than the first one, which the first one's a lot bigger. But now, one left, and that is very small. Again, it's probably a quarter of an acre, if that. And then the field over there, the really steep field, I'm gonna plant hay in there. I don't know that I'm gonna get to that today. It'd be nice, but we'll see. What a mess. Last field, this will go quick. And I'm ready for this to be over. Last field done. Again, this is small comparatively speaking to the other two fields, but I love putting seed in the ground. It would have just been better if the tractor would have been a little bit better, but it's all some bugs I think I got to work out. So once I can figure that out, I think we'll be better off. So I'm not gonna worry about doing the hay seed today. At least the biggest thing was get the oats in the ground, and we successfully accomplished that. We didn't have a whole lot to plant, but at least it's in the ground before the rain. So big plus there. The only thing I need to do is probably spread some fertilizer, and then we should be good to go. So thank you guys so much for watching, even though it was probably painful to watch with the listening to the tractor and everything else. Again, we'll work through that, figure it out, see what's going on, and hopefully come back better next time we need to use this. So subscribe to the channel if you're not already. Have a great day, and I'll see you next time.